Hey everyone, I'm GoreCore, you're watching Headbangers React, and today we're checking out the song Versvs Christvs by the band Behemoth. This comes off of their latest album, Opus Contra Notarum, that was released back on September 16th, care of Nuclear Blast Records, and I'll be the first to admit that I am not very familiar with this band. I had some of their albums back in the 90s, but I'm sure whatever they're doing now is probably much different from then, and I've probably heard a one-off here or there, but really never paid much attention to this band. So that being said, a lot of people love these guys. I've had a few people suggest them, so I figured, you know what, I should check this out, see if there's something I'm into or not. I do believe they fall more into the black metal category, but I know the vocalist doesn't like the band to be labeled. I've also seen them listed as blackened death metal, so I'm curious to see where they sit in the genres. So let's just get into this and see what these guys are doing. This looks very artsy so far. I like that piano in the background. And of course, the blood. Love the blood on the black and white. Looks like he's having a rough day. That's cool.
I assume to be a general of the race. I have succumbed like a moth to the flame.
Okay, this is much different than I was expecting. He's almost singing, but not quite. So this is already different than I expected, but it's interesting. It's off to a good start. I'm definitely curious to see where it goes. The production value of this video is fantastic, and, you know, the music hasn't really done a whole lot yet, but sounds good so far.
We shall live in tongues, devitalize the populist mandates, demagogues of miserable worth. No.
See, I don't really like singing, but I don't really classify that as singing. It's almost spoken word.
Let's rise in morning to their own
So I don't know how invested I am in the song itself. I don't hear anything that's really outstanding to me, but the visuals in this are very well done. They're definitely going for an artistic feel here, which I think they're doing quite well. There's a little bit of cheesiness to it for sure, but as an artist, that's tough. That's a tough line to balance. So I think they did a good job, and I feel like this is probably a bit different than their other tracks. Please let me know below, because it's easy for a band to have, you know, one of these off tracks on their album where it's just quite a bit different from what they normally do. And I could be wrong. Maybe this is their sound now, but I have a feeling that this one's probably a bit different. Well, now we're talking. I feel like this is probably more what they typically sound like. I could be wrong. Let me know. That's cool. I like all the skulls on the instruments. So that was the video for Versvs Christvs by Behemoth, and I have to say that initially I wasn't too overly fond of the music. It didn't really stand out as anything particularly special, but as it progressed, the song became more extreme and definitely intrigued me more. I definitely need to listen to more of these guys' stuff to determine whether or not I like their material or not. I don't know if this is standard of what they do or maybe a little bit different. You know, there was a lot of tom work in here on the drums going on, a lot of tremming going on, which is very akin to black metal stuff. His vocals, I'm curious if this is what he normally does. Like, I wouldn't classify this as singing, but he definitely has like that low talking voice that also seems to have a pitch to it. So it felt like it was in key. So I don't know if that's typical or this is a one-off track that is doing something a bit experimental or not. Of course, his normal vocals are heavy, so those are all good. You know, overall, the music was decent, so I'm definitely curious to hear what their other songs are like. The video itself, you know, like I said, it had a very artsy feel to it. I feel like they put a lot into this video. So again, you know, it's easy to be a little bit cheesy, and I'm okay with cheesy. Obviously, I like a lot of B horror movies and a lot of cheesy material myself, and produce a lot of cheesy material myself. There's just a fine line of whether it's good cheese or bad cheese, but I think this is good cheese. So it's very well done, very good production value. Overall, this was a pretty good video. I'm going to check out more of their stuff and determine what I think of this band. So until we get to the next one, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you can take a moment to subscribe and impale that like button, I would very much appreciate it as it helps the channel grow. So until the next one, stay sick.